Hi everyone, this is Steve for the Skywatch Media News Channel, and here's what's happening for the week of August 13th, 2018. There are a series of significant Earth movements that have developed in the past few days, and the Earth's core is heating up considerably, as evident by the movement of magma and the upheaval occurring with volcanic activity worldwide. Let's begin with the disturbing reports coming from Lombok, Indonesia. The devastating and deadly earthquake and series of tremors that hit this region this month has created tremendous ground deformation in some areas of Lombok, lifting the surface of the island by nearly 1 foot. Using satellite images of Lombok from the days following the August 5th earthquake, scientists from both NASA and the California Institute of Technology have made a ground deformation map and have measured changes in the island's surface. In the northwest of the island, near the epicenter, the rupturing fault line lifted the Earth by 1/4 of a meter. In other places, it dropped it by 5 to 17 centimeters or by 2 to 6 inches. Almost 390,000 people, or about 10% of Lombok's population, are homeless or are displaced after the series of earthquakes, which have also damaged and destroyed about 68,000 homes. The death toll stands at nearly 400, but fatalities are expected to grow because there are still victims who are suspected of being buried by landslides and by collapsed buildings, and there are deaths that have not been recorded. Lombok was hit by 3 strong quakes in the past 2 weeks, and it has endured more than 500 aftershocks. Meanwhile, Alaska's North Slope was hit by the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in this region. A magnitude 6.4 earthquake rocked an area 343 miles northeast of Fairbanks at a depth of 6 miles. According to the Alaska Seismology Center, it was the biggest earthquake on the North Slope by a substantial margin, dating back to 1995 when the region was struck by a 5.2 event. The latest event must now be re-evaluated because of the rapid increase in strength as the magnitude rises. A 6.4 earthquake is nearly 16 times bigger and 63 times stronger than a 5.2 event, according to the USGS. The 6.4 earthquake on August 12th was followed later in the day by a magnitude 6.0 earthquake near the city of Kaptavik on Alaska's North Slope. The earthquakes were felt across the eastern section of the North Slope and as far south as Fairbanks. A massive humanitarian crisis is unfolding on Amby Island in the Pacific after a volcanic eruption sent thick ash raining down on villages while turning day into night. The situation is dire for island inhabitants who are still evacuating since roads are being cut off and washed away by mudslides. The entire west end of the island is only accessible by sea or air, forcing rescuers to trek for hours to find village residents who are now desperate for basic supplies. The island is experiencing widespread damage and massive disruption, with increased cases of respiratory illness due to the ongoing fallout from the volcanic ash. In July, the ash fallout was so thick that it completely blocked the mid-afternoon sun. The latest ashfall was the worst on Amby Island since the increase in activity began in September of 2017. The island was once home to nearly 12,000 people who have been forced to seek refuge in nearby islands due to increased volcanic activity and ashfall. There are 2,000 families that still remain on the island waiting for help to arrive, where food and water are cited as priority needs for stranded residents. For villagers of the once peaceful and beautiful Pacific Island, life has been turned upside down by the volcano's unrest. The noise of the eruptions has made for many sleepless nights, and the ashfall has wiped out crops and destroyed buildings, forcing people to leave their homes and communities behind, with no certainty as to if or when they will be able to return. As with all disasters and related earth changes, regardless of their origin, there are many who will suffer the consequences of these catastrophic events, who, like others who will follow in their footsteps, they will be forced to relocate or seek refuge in unfamiliar terrain, in a process that is both harrowing and frightening. As you stand upon the earth and look towards the heavens, be reminded that all which is seen is but a visual manifestation of the work of a powerful and invisible force. We have grown so accustomed to people and all things that inhabit this world that we no longer see them for what they are, created by the works of nature and a divine presence. Thanks for watching.